More top stories before you go now. A crash on I-480 leaves 3 people in the hospital. It happened near Leavenworth last night. The crash involved a Toyota Camry and Corolla. According to investigators, the Camry's driver was pinned and had to be extricated. A 13-year-old is now behind bars in connection to a cutting that sent a relative to the hospital. It happened just before 6 last night near 27th and Laurel Avenue. The victim is expected to survive. The Border Patrol agents involved in that deadly shooting of an ICU nurse in Minneapolis, they're all on administrative leave now. The Department of Homeland Security says they will let the facts lead the investigation. A former state senator wants Governor Pillen to be investigated by the Attorney General. Dan McEwen says several areas of law might need review, including the state's bidding statutes and ethics requirements. Happening today, Danielle Jensen will officially be sworn in as the next Douglas County Election Commissioner. She was appointed by Governor Pillen to serve the remainder of former Commissioner Brian Cruz's term. And Warner Enterprises is requiring First Fleet and its properties. This would make Warner the 5th largest carrier company in the country. Warner says the move will help them expand into the transportation of groceries and baked goods.